I want to see that one.
Well,
All right, well,
this is an awkward way to start this, isn't it? As I'm climbing out of my seat to grab my without pulling my headphones off. Welcome back. We are live, Tristan, to Drunk on Socials, the Symposium, episode number 43. It's not how we always start, but since we're talking about it, Tristan and I were just talking offline about a tripod where you can put the phone in there and then it just adjusts. See that?
I like
So
that.
you can go up or down. This is like a $15 or $20. This is not even my favorite anymore. I have other ones. I can send you the link, but
send me the link to your favorite one because I'm looking for one that can look at what I'm writing or showcase the journals I have.
Yeah. Or what you're cooking.
Or what I'm cooking. You know,
yes.
I love cooking. So.
Yes. Or yesterday when I shot the video when I was working out and my daughter was playing doctor on me, that camera angle was kind of high.
I noticed that.
Yep. See how that was? Well, welcome, my man. So for those of you, so this is a podcast, it's our 43rd episode, as we just mentioned. It's all about news and strategies and the latest things going on and talking about all kinds of fun stuff, everything around social media. It's our first time live on YouTube.
I'm going on YouTube. All right. I'm checking this out on YouTube. So give me a minute.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, Tristan, I figured today we've got 4 or 5 topics that we want to discuss. And the first one that I think we wanted to piggyback off the last episode where we ended talking about the Oculus and how I need to go buy one and how we are going to eventually shift and pivot into a world where we start doing these in the virtual world through an Oculus and start hosting masterminds. So I think you wanted to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I really want to encourage people to start looking at where the web is heading, where the internet is heading. And that's definitely more in a virtual world where we can interact with each other. And unfortunately, the only way to be able to do that right now is through like a fully immersive one, is through putting on a device on your head, like an Oculus, right? There are other ones like Microsoft's got one, and there's a few other ones out there. And the reason I gravitate to the Oculus is only because it's been around the longest and that it's picked up most of the followers, and they have such a great atmosphere in there that allows you not only to play games, if you like games, some great games, by the way, Jeff. And they also allow you to have meetings. And I sent you a TikTok earlier today, Jeff, with somebody having a meeting in there, which is kind of fun, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It was very cool.
I think that's what we have to start accepting, that the world is heading there already. And I don't want it to leave people behind because you decided that just wasn't for you. And we've seen too much of that. So right now I'm telling you, everyone, go pick up an Oculus. They're $299. That's the cheaper version. There's another version that has a bigger hard drive for $399. It's by Facebook, and it allows you to go into the whole world where we can meet each other in horizons. That's the most important piece to me. And then you can play video games and see how everything works.
Does that meeting in the horizons and meeting in the virtual world, does that require, do you have to have more memory or anything for that? Or is that more for gaming?
No, you don't. You don't have, no. It's just a matter of saving games, right? You can save games on there. That's really what it's about. So I would suggest for everybody to go and do that this weekend, download one game just to understand how it functions. Go into Horizons, take a look at what that looks like, and then start jumping into possibly having a meeting, interact with people, become friends with them, because that's where social media is going to be. You're talking about groups, right? The thing that really pushes Facebook. Well, groups in the future is going to be Jeff and I jumping in, like I said last time, on Drunk on Social with our Oculus. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be just talking there. We're going to have our masterminds in there. We're going to see if we can run our podcast in there. That's where the world is heading. So that's what I wanted to touch on. And obviously, once Jeff gets his Oculus next week, then we're going to jump in on there.
Correct. Does it come with the straps and everything? Because I see how there's like some upgrades.
Yeah. It comes with, so if you wear glasses, it comes with this little extra section so you can put it on top of your glasses. And then it also comes with the strap so you can hold it on your head. And then it also comes with 2 controllers. So it can kind of detect your hands where they're going. And then also It comes with a controller so you can move around and play games. You've seen people bump into walls on TikTok with it on, right? That's because it feels like you're actually on there. I'm just going to warn people because I've seen people like forget that they're on. I have a feeling that it taps on your fight and flight section of your brain because it feels like you're actually in there. And I've seen people jump, like freak out, and I've seen people fall. So that's all I'm going to warn you. Be very careful when you put them on. Get used to it. Play a light game, and see if you don't punch people in there, because you might end up punching a wall.
Like when a zombie attacks me, you're saying.
Yeah, just be careful.
I got you. What you meant, you mentioned Facebook. I know you wanted to talk a little bit about Reels real quick. So let's also talk about the hottest potentially performing piece of Facebook, which is their copycat version of a copycat of a copycat.
At this point, everybody's copying each other, right? We'll see where this ends up. The only one that really wasn't copying anybody was Clubhouse. But were they? I don't know. So Reels for Facebook is gaining a lot of traction. And I think it's because they have the most actual users, right? Which is amazing to me. Why they didn't jump on this earlier, I don't know. Right now, it maxes us out at 30 seconds, which is super annoying because Jeff and I make these like 1-minute videos, and then we can't post them onto Facebook Reels. And the other part to this is if you're creating it natively from the Facebook app, you can either only have music or you can have the audio, like the original audio. You can't have both, which sucks. It's super dumb. But what they're doing next, so next phase, hopefully at the end of this quarter, meaning before end of March, we're going to have 60 seconds, which is going to be great. And you're going to be able to mix the audio. So bring in the original audio with the music. And that's going to be super cool. You know what I'd like to see, Jeff, is I'd like to see Facebook maybe even take a different turn on it, because one thing you and I are testing out is rooms, right? We're testing out rooms today. On
the next episode will be in a room, correct?
Which is pretty cool. And I think Facebook has the opportunity to see what they can test out next on Facebook Reels that isn't being tested out on Instagram, that you don't see on TikTok, that you don't see on YouTube Shorts. And I think they tried to get it right with, do you remember when Facebook came out with their form of competition to YouTube? They called it Facebook Watch. They wanted you to go on there and watch these shows and maybe watch longer form video. Do you remember that?
Vaguely. Clearly it did not have any. Yeah, it didn't have any impact. Yeah,
that's why. Well, if they really want to bring in that consumer that watches things longer, they should really take that Reels and then have the exposure, kind of like what they're hinting at with IGTV. Do you remember that? And then they changed the name. I think here's an opportunity to bring in more people to watch longer form content by allowing us to make this long form content into a 1-minute reel. And I hope that they do that because they have the largest audience, and they also have the older demographic, which just sits there and watches stuff.
The wealthiest audience. Yeah.
So, dude, I think they have an opportunity there. Whether or not they take it, I have no idea. But I'm excited. Go ahead.
Well, so what doesn't make sense to me is that Instagram did this exact same thing. They copied TikTok. TikTok continued to evolve it, and Instagram just rolled it out into pieces. You'd think they would just hit the ground running from 0.5 rather than 0.1. I don't get it. It's like it just doesn't make sense to me. But I guess maybe there's a rhyme or reason, or maybe they just are that far behind TikTok. I don't know.
I think a lot of their focus is really on the metaverse, right? Which is going back to the Oculus. I think what's going to happen is they're going to be they're hoping that they're going to be so far ahead with what they're releasing that nobody's going to catch up, because you need hardware. You need hardware to fully be immersive into where we're going, right? Did you see Did you see that Amazon just released Google? Sorry, not Google, because they came up with it before. Amazon glasses?
I've heard that, but that's been a conversation for a while, hasn't it?
They just released it like I think 2 weeks ago.
Like the Ray-Bans, like the Facebook Ray-Bans?
Yes, but these are, you can either do real prescription or just see through the glasses. They're not sunglasses. They're regular glasses. So you put them on and you're not like Terminator where I can see like how old you are and who you like, which would be amazing, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just an Alexa device on your head. So it has like a direct audio to your ear, not connected, just from the top. Very simple glasses, and you can just carry them along and say, hey, Alexa, because I know Alexa's going to turn on my thing. Hey, Alexa, tell me the weather. Hey, Alexa, what's this? Hey, hey, make a meeting. Hey, call this person. And it's smoking out the window. Alexa, stop. She was telling me a joke. It's crazy.
I think that's so I don't have to open my phone up and type in Google and search anymore, or say, pull out my phone, basically.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. And you know why this works? Because you and I both know that Siri is the worst piece of crap AI in existence.
I never use it.
Because it sucks.
Yeah.
It never works when I say, hey, Siri. It's like, I can rely on it not working right now. See, nothing picked it up. I knew it. Yeah. It's That's garbage.
And it does pick up when you don't intend for it to pick up.
It's so true. Did you call me, Jeff? Did you call me?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it always works.
Anyway, that's all I got for you, buddy.
Interesting. Well, I think
we only have 4 minutes.
Well, we're going to shift here real quick. We've got a few things we can talk about, and we're going to share. So again, with this podcast, we're sharing like the latest news and some things that we're finding. One of the things that we just got published recently was key holidays and celebrations of note for 2022. So go to wherever you're listening to this podcast, and in the show notes or in the caption or wherever, you're going to find links to these articles. And this is a good article. So if you are into social media, you're into building a brand, you're into creating content, this is a great way to do that by just paying attention to these dumb holidays. And I say that loosely, but it's true. Like, I'm not talking about New Year's and Valentine's and Memorial Day and Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm talking about, love a tree day or bike to work day or find a rainbow day or, stupid stuff like that. But it gives you an opportunity when maybe you're struggling to find content. And there's usually like 10 or 15 a month that you can easily dive into. And then, hey, when you're reaching for content, or you have something like you're a pizza lover and it's pizza day on February 9th, create content around that. It's an easy way to stay in front of your audience and create stuff that's probably going to be far more interesting than that Monday morning market update that you're doing that nobody gives a crap about.
Dude, such a good point, buddy. Such a good point. All right.
I found your day, March 21st, World Poetry Day, because I know that you are so passionate about poetry.
I'm a poet.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm going to find your day. Wait till next time.
So a couple more updates real quick, and then we'll wrap up and head over to a Facebook room. But TikTok is testing a new option to where you can invite connections and other apps to view your clips and follow your profile. So pay attention on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, when you go to your share button, and then you can like copy a link, SMS, you can message it, you can snap it, you can save the video, blah, 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 right? On the left, the first option coming up is to invite people to watch. In other words, I believe it's connecting right to your contacts from the app, which is cool. It's just another way. And, Tristan and I can vouch for this, and I'm sure most of you can who use TikTok, that we share videos and we're laughing and cracking up and it's relatable and I want to share with my buddy, right? It's just going to make it even easier. TikTok is brilliant, out ahead as usual. Yep. So keep an eye out for that. Last thing, Tristan, we talk a lot about Instagram as one of the most premier platforms to grow a brand and where you all should be. They had an article recently about how to give your Instagram the best first impression. And I'll quickly run through this. Number one, your account handle. We've mentioned this 10 million times. If your account handle is not basically your name or something simple for people to find, it's going to make it harder for people to find you. So for an example, I had one of our loan officers once who had a handle that was Caribbean Girl at Heart. It's like, that's cute, but
Yep,
who in
yep.
the hell is going to know to find you based on that? So stop overthinking it. And even furthermore, all of your social accounts should have the same handle. So that way, when somebody's looking up Jeff Fitzer, they're going to look up Jeff Fitzer on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. And it's so easy to find. Now, you're not always, if you're Tom Smith, you're going to have a harder time doing this, but do a variation of Tom Smith and make it consistent across the platforms.
Agreed.
Profile image, make sure you're branding a logo. If you're selling yourself, make sure there's a picture of you, not your freaking dog. Be smart here. You want to be the image of your brand, so make sure it is an image of you. Your bio, Tristan, I think the best thing we can say here is go look at ours. Go look at people who are big influencers and emulate what they've done with your own information. It should be simple, eye-catching, and also when somebody goes to stalk you, they're intrigued. They're like, I want to follow this person. Right. And then lastly, there's actually 6 pieces, but I'm going to just stop at the 5th one. Profile link. If you're not putting your website, or you don't have a link tree, or you don't have a beacon, you are totally doing yourself an injustice, because again, you're giving people who want to stalk you, which is what happens when someone likes your content. They click on your profile, they go to look and see a little bit more. And if they're really intrigued, they're going to click a link and they're going to go learn even more. And so I'm not saying you have to go build a website for this. I just did. But if not, you should have a link tree or beacon. If you don't know what that is, go Google it, find out what it is. It's a one-stop shop for people to have access to everything that you have that they can quickly click on and go find it. I think I'll stop.
I love it, dude.
Anything to add about any of that?
You're awesome.
Well, that goes without saying most weeks.
You ready?
Buddy, we'll see you on the other side. I can't wait till we can say I'll see you on the inside.